Hey Queen, my name is Katrina Lewis-Dixon and I am your host of the Humble Entrepreneurial Esthetician, where I want to normalize the struggle of being your own boss by sharing real, raw stories behind some of your favorite Etsys. Now let's boss up.
Hey Queens, thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Katrina Sarah Lewis, and you're listening to The Humble Entrepreneurial Esthetician. And today I have one of my clients, Micaela Cheeseman, on our show, and I'm super excited to interview her because we are going to be talking about digital marketing. How are you doing, Queen?
I'm doing amazing.
I'm so glad. So she is a digital entrepreneur, and we actually met as a client esthetician relationship. So one thing I really wanted to say before we get started, never underestimate your client connections. There's so many people that are on your table, and that's the best word of mouth, right? You see so many clients a day. Sometimes I see up to 10 clients a day. You never know who your clients are, if they're a lawyer, a digital influencer, accountant, you never know. So it's really important. And for me, I love supporting other small businesses and other entrepreneurs because we get it. We just understand each other, you know?
Ew.
Alrighty. So today we're talking about digital marketing and how we can apply it for estheticians or anybody in the spa related industry. All right, Micaela, let's talk about your experience and background as a digital marketer.
So I have been creating content ever since I was 8 years old. I could pick up a camera. My form of content has always been showcased through videos and photos. That is one fun fact about me. I'm always very much into creating videos, showing photos. I tell my stories through photo and video. So my dream job has always been to be self-employed in some sense. And even if I didn't exactly know what that meant, and I'm just becoming to realize that I should be able to follow my passions, and there's no reason why I can't create content through videos for a living. I just have to set my mind to it, and that's exactly what I did. Starting this August, I decided to start my own business, Rise with Micaela.
I love it. And y'all need to follow her. Of course, I'm going to leave all of your information in the show notes, but definitely if you're looking for a digital entrepreneur or if you just want to get some ideas, go follow her page. I love your page. First of all, can we say your age?
I'm 25.
Get it! Like, that's amazing. I wish I was you at 25. Like, you just got it all together, and I love that. And it's so inspirational to see that, like, you're able to, cut out the 9-to-5, just work for yourself and be able to work online.
Exactly. And I used to have a 9-to-5 job as a social media manager, and that's what really pressed me to work for myself in the social media industry because I fell in love with it even more. I'm combining photos and social media and video, and it's all just becoming one amazing job.
I love that for you. And on average, let's say, how many hours a day would you work to cater to your business?
So first starting up, it's a lot. I had to start from the bottom because I needed to create a business plan and a marketing plan. So at first I was pulling a lot of hours, maybe almost 7 to 10 hours a day on and off. And I was always thinking about it. It was always on my mind. But now as I've thinned out that process and made it more simple and effective, I would say I spend about 2 to 3 hours a day just on heavy lifting and planning my content and ideas. But I'm always thinking, I'm always constantly listening to things, making myself better, podcasts. So if you want to count all of that self-research in, that would be probably about maybe 4 to 5 hours a day.
And you know what? Like, I love that you mentioned that about like podcasts and things. And it's so important to just take care of your mental health. And especially as an entrepreneur, it can be a very lonely road, right? And it's so important to consistently grow within yourself. Whether it is mental health, whether it is about your business, or if you're looking at other resources for digital marketing, you have to do that primary research or else your business isn't going to be scalable. So what are some examples of digital marketing? Now, we're hearing it a lot. I'm seeing it on my page all the time. But what are some examples that entrepreneurs, especially estheticians or hairstylists, that can use either in their spa or on their social media platforms?
So definitely digital marketing is a huge topic these days, especially in 2024. And I think it is very important, and a lot of businesses are already doing this, for a business to showcase their heart and soul on social media, not just in their practice. A lot of advertising these days, it's no longer in the newspapers, it's no longer in magazines or so much billboards. People are pulling up their phones every single day and looking online, and they will be scrolling by and they will see one of your posts. They will find you through search if they're looking specifically for, for example, I could probably find you through Ottawa waxing services if I search that on Instagram or TikTok. So digital marketing is so important because that is a great way for somebody to find your business online. And digital marketing, by definition, is just simply advertising yourself or advertising something through the means of digital products. So it's very simple. Anyone can do it. It's very, very, I want to say scalable. And it's also very, very simple to learn. Not easy, but simple.
So you're working on a brand new project and you just showed it to me and I absolutely love it. So this ties into mental health and making your business scalable, time management, a little bit of everything. And it's like a business goal journal. And I absolutely love it. So again, I will put this in the comments below, but please go check it out. It is such a useful technique and a useful book. I love journaling. I find just like all the personalities in my head, it's great to talk to and it's manifesting, right? You're writing down what you want or envisioning what you want. And your journal is amazing because you can do it at the beginning of the day, at the end of the day. She has affirmation. She has a check-in. She has a little doodle area. Like it's so good for entrepreneurs to use. Anybody can use it. But especially if you have if you are more of an entrepreneur and really just want to cater more time for your business, I find as service providers, we are doing the marketing, we are doing the inventory, we're doing the QuickBooks, we're doing the accounting, and we're also waxing, and we're also doing facials, and we're also doing nails. Like it's so much. So it's really important that like, I know some people that like will work from like 10 to 10 and then go home and do all of their bookkeeping. And it's like, yo, like we need to have more time management so that you separate those times because we can't work hard. We need to work smarter, right?
Exactly.
So what would be some other options for digital products that would be great for estheticians or hairstylists to be able to promote or use or teach?
Definitely ebooks or online courses. Those are very hot topics right now. A lot of people are looking for them and seeing the value in finding resources online. Like a lot of people are teaching themselves online. They're looking for resources, something easy they can refer to on their phones, that they can pass along digitally. They're very, very simple. And if you're creating an ebook, there's no inventory, there's nothing to keep track of. You just can easily put your ebook out there and allow people to find it through either marketing, digital marketing on social media, search engine optimization, whatever you prefer. If you're selling it on your website, there are so many ways you can market and sell ebooks, and they're such a useful tool for business owners.
I love that. The fact that you just said like no inventory, that's so exciting because I'm always stressed out about inventory. Do I have enough at the spa? Do I have enough at home? So I know I developed a very small, like 15-page Brazilian wax manual, and I mainly had it for my students, but now I have like 20 extra books just chilling at home, right? And I know I'm going to finesse it. I know I'm going to change it a little bit. So that's also the beauty of the digital marketing is that you can change it every month if you want to, or you can, finesse it a little bit. So, changing the font, changing the color. If you've got brand new ideas, you can add more to a paragraph, right?
Exactly. And it's ready to sell right away.
And it's ready to sell right away. I love that. I love that. So, Micaela, can you share a specific example of a successful digital marketing product? It can be anyone. And what are some key strategies that you would have to deliver?
I would say the first step is to refer to your marketing plan and just really remember to be clear on why you are creating this resource for yourself, or if you're creating an ebook for other estheticians, just be clear on what you want and your goals for this book. And remember that speaking to a larger audience is basically speaking to nobody at all. So you want to make sure you're very, very clear on exactly what you want. I would say something that's popping up in the digital world is, if you're selling to a market in Canada or in the US, like there are a lot of different regulations, especially for business owners and taxes and everything. So you want to be sure you're serving somebody specific in mind. And then you want to create your ebook. I would say refer to your marketing plan 100%. You want to put your heart and soul into the brand, and you want to really make sure that everything shines through in that ebook. So not just your branding and your colors, but make sure your language, the way that you speak, and make sure that your vision is really coming through in that book.
I love that. And this, again, y'all, it ties back into your mission, your vision, your values. You have to stand by those throughout your whole career. We were just talking about like ChatGPT and how we don't really love it because it doesn't show your personality, right? It's very, very generic. It's very blah. Like you all know, like I'm very out there. I'm very going, hey, queen, this and that. Like ChatGPT isn't going to call me a queen.
No.
You know what I mean? So it's like, that is what makes your business thrive, because sometimes I could be a terrible waxer and people would still come to me because of my personality. And I know that, and like, I am a good waxer, y'all, don't worry. But like, it's just like the whole package, right? And I think so many people are just trying to do this for because they want money or because it's trendy, right? Especially the digital ebooks. I see so many people like, how do you do Brazilian wax and how do you do full body waxing? But like, how are you going to differentiate yourself from the next waxer, right? And is it like your experience? Is it the followings you have? You know, like if I had 100,000 followers and then, you know, Micaela has 5,000 followers, are you going to choose my ebook over hers?
One thing I want to also mention is that it's very important to not focus so much on the design and just focus on, again, I keep saying this, but the heart and soul of your content, what you want to put in your book. Because people, I do find, even though it might not seem like it, a lot of people are willing to look past, you know, small design flaws. And especially in this day and age where everyone's learning how to create digital ebooks, I would say don't get so caught up in the perfectionism of designing the perfect book. Especially if you've got other things to do, you're going to want to really focus on the purpose of the ebook and make sure your words and your content is the thing that shines out the most, because people are going to come to you and purchase an ebook for, like you said, your personality and those words that are flying off the page, for educational resources, not always just design that looks cute.
So again, y'all, this is why your passion is so important. Like if you're doing something just for like making money, because again, everybody's doing these ebooks. And again, as estheticians, like some of us have been in the industry for like 15 years and, you know, we really want to like share our knowledge and, you know, you might not want to hold a class setting or you might not have space to hold a class setting. And it does cost a lot of money to host a class, right? Like you could go to the Marriott and like rent out a room, but then you need the supplies, the equipment, and that costs so much money. So if you just want to put like all of your knowledge down on paper and then be able to retail it, you still have to make yourself different from other people, but you have to put your heart into it, because if you're doing it for the fact that everybody else is doing it or because of money, you're doing it out of lack of scarcity, right? You're doing it, just to make money, but like your passion is going to show through your words, even if it's just people reading it. Great. So what would be like the best social media? What's your favorite social media platform to use at the moment?
At the moment, it is Instagram. I do think Instagram is really popping off, as you'd like to say. I think that is a great tool for business owners. I would say TikTok is definitely growing because I now see that you can put photo carousels in, but mostly I would stick to Instagram. A lot of people are using Instagram and have for a long time, and it's very reliable for sources of marketing, and you can still use the hashtags to get found, use keywords to get found, and overall, I think it's just more user-friendly a bit than TikTok. You also have more variety of what you can post if you're posting more carousels. Instagram is pushing equally now carousels and reels or just single photos. So that's very important to also recognize. But if you are a business owner that wants to put more video content and you probably only be putting video content out there, TikTok would be the way to go.
And y'all, like if you want to do TikTok, like what I do is all my videos on TikTok I use as reels now. Right. And like now my reels are starting to blow up too. So like, you know, like I always recommend to have at least like 2 social media platforms. I focus on TikTok and Instagram. Facebook, my demographic really isn't on it. I know there's a lot of really good groups, like, you know, to resource and stuff. But then so many of my clients are like, oh, you should be on Ladies Who Lunch and this and that. And I'm like, I want to. Like, that's just another task for one. And like our outreach is good. I love how you said hashtags. That is so good. Like the amount of people that have found us, like Ottawa Brazilian waxing or Ottawa wax or Ottawa sugaring or whatever it is. So you really need to find out what your niche is, what's your main service, what, again, message you're trying to reach, and then that would be your hashtag. That's your identity, right? Even like in your bio and things like that.
Exactly. So now you can change your name on Instagram as well to more match your niche. So for example, mine is Rise with Micaela. That's my username, but my name on Instagram, which shows up right below my profile photo, is Micaela Digital Products and Healthy Lifestyle. Or for example, Katrina, it would be Katrina Sarah Lewis, TropixGal Wax Studio, for example, or Ottawa Wax Girl, if you really wanted to get into that specific niche and have people find you. They can discover you better through your name now. It's amazing what Instagram can do.
Absolutely. And like even like I was calling myself a queen before anybody else did, right? Like you have to like envision yourself and whoever you want to identify as. And like another hashtag that I used a long time was waxing queen, right? So it doesn't have to just be like your name. It can be like whatever you identify with, or like Ottawa's best Brazilian wax or whatever it is, right? So all of those can be affiliated. And like, I don't think people are using Google as much anymore. I think they're going on TikTok to search for like a question, content, or you again, like Instagram and just say like Ottawa Brazilian waxing as opposed to going on Google. Because again, not everybody has a Google page either, right? Or not everybody has a website, right? We were just talking about this earlier. Like there's so many other options that you can utilize with like Linktree now, and just having like specific links to get your digital book or to book an appointment. And there's a lot of different websites now to use or to retail your digital ebooks as well, right?
There are plenty of online places that you can showcase your digital products now. Stan Store, it's named one that's kind of blowing up right now. Stan Store is great. You can track your analytics, you can showcase your products, and it kind of acts like a Linktree. Stan Store is basically a bigger version than Linktree, but you can definitely use Linktree. You can make your own website link housing platform in Canva. Like, it really, the sky is the limit. There's plenty of ways that you can showcase your digital products. You just have to, all it takes is a Google search, honestly.
So we're going to wrap this up. We could talk about this for ages, but you'll definitely be on our show again in the future because I love this topic and we will definitely be talking a lot more. But y'all, it's a lot of work out here, especially for creating your own ebook or your digital marketing. So if you are looking to hire somebody, I highly, highly recommend Micaela Cheeseman. She is incredible. Check her out. You can go ahead and share your profile.
Rise.with.Micaela. Rise with Micaela.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thank you, Katrina.
Thank you for listening to today's podcast. I am your host, Katrina Lewis-Dixon, and I see you, boo-boo. Whether you're at home, driving, or setting up for your clients, let's boss up together. If this podcast aligns with you, then please make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Later.